Well, hey there folks, welcome back once again to the Hop House. It's Eddie here, and it's time for one more beer review for today's batch if you like. If you're new to this channel, then thank you very much for joining us. This is the Hop House. We're like hoppy beer, we like good house music, hence I've got a house music t-shirt on. Give us a thumbs up, give us a like, share, subscribe. We're on the beer side, pretty much all the channel's been on the beer side. I do a bit of DJing now from time to time. It's more of a hobby than anything, but I love my house music. I know a lot of people that drink beers and stuff, like all the rock bands and heavy metal. I can listen to rock, heavy metal, maybe not so much, but you know, each to their own. Everyone has their own opinion on music. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about beer, and this is going to be a beer review. It's not a virgin beer review though. I have had this beer before, and it's going to be my last. Well, no, I've got one more from Seven Brothers. So Seven Brothers Brewing, I put an order in after I tried a couple of their beers just over a year ago, and we've done the 330ml cans. They were really good quality. I was really impressed, and we've just done the pineapple pale, and it was pretty good. It got 2 thumbs up from me. I liked it. It was a can conditioned beer as well. Now this next beer I have had before, but I just didn't review it on the channel, so I drank it before I started the channel. And I actually bought it as part of their core range, and then about 3 weeks later found out it's in Asda. It's actually in my local Asda as well. Now my local Asda is crap for craft beer, but this is probably bar Brewdog, Hazy Jane Elvis Juice and Punk IPA, and bar the 2 off-tempo Badco's. This is the only 440ml that they've got in my local Asda. Do you want to see what we're reviewing today? Okay, so from Seven Brothers, it is this. It's their Throw Away IPA, 5% ABV, in a 440ml can. Now, there's a story behind this beer. If you go back, we did a cast-off pale ale that's part of the same family. So there's 3 beers that they do. They do the cast-off pale ale, they do this, and they do the Throw It Out Stout. Now, it's part of their sustainability program, and it's all to do with upcycled, not used breakfast cereals. So it's come from, I believe it's Kellogg's. It's got to be, because it's cornflakes, Rice Krispies, and Cocoa Pops. So what happens is, it's a bit like when you go into a supermarket, you see the wonky veg. You know, if there's like broccoli that looks a bit weird, or a straight banana instead of a curved one. Quality control in these companies will not use them, so they just get thrown into waste. And so it goes with cornflakes, Rice Krispies, and Cocoa Pops. Believe it or not, if they're the wrong size or they just don't make the cut into the breakfast cereals, they have this waste left over. Nothing wrong with it, it just doesn't look right. So Seven Brothers said, you know what, we'll brew some beers with that. And I was like, you know what, I think that's great. That's a great sustainability. You know, we're all about save the planet at the minute, aren't we? Everyone's up in arms about climate change and save the planet. So instead of chucking a load of Rice Krispies or cornflakes into the earth, into landfill, Seven Brothers have said, yeah, we'll put it in as part of our malt bill and we'll stick it in the beer. So this is the Throw Away IPA. If you hadn't guessed by now, this is the cornflake one. Okay. So we did the cast-off pale ale. That was the Rice Krispie one. Down there, it's the last beer that I've got to do from Seven Brothers, and I'll do it when I next do a dark beer day, because it's a stout, and it's their Throw It Out Stout. So we'll get around to that when I'm going to do some more dark beers. And we're now in December, so it isn't really time for dark beers. So there'll be some dark beer days, not dark as in like, you know, depressing, just, you know, stouts and stuff. Right, let's get this out into the glass, because I am waffling on like a trooper. Old moot cider glass. I just rinsed it and washed it out after that pineapple pale ale. Whoa, this is quite lively. Look at that, it's soft. It's foamed at the mouth. Now, I did have this before. Like I say, I bought it from a supermarket called Booths. Oh, sorry, I'll step back a bit. In Settle in the Yorkshire Dales. And I know it's now available in Asda. But maybe I should have got a can from Asda and reviewed them side by side to see if they're any different. Because this has floaters, people. This is a can conditioned beer. Now bearing in mind I bought this directly from the brewery, so it's not from a supermarket. I don't think it was any. I think it was less than £3 a can direct from the brewery, if I remember correctly. Maybe about 270. Same as a pineapple pale ale, about 270, 280. If it was £3, it was around about £3 or not much more. But look at that. That is not how I remember the previous beer that I had looking like. So is it different if you order it from the brewery? Everything's on a budget these days, isn't it? So they might have to produce stuff for a certain budget. But yeah, that's really hazy. Look at it. It looks like a glass of custard. And there was sediment floating around in the beer. It's now at the bottom of the glass there. Don't think the camera's going to pick it up. No, it doesn't do a good job of zooming in. It's only a phone camera. Oh, I nearly went straight in then with the aroma. I was getting excited. So I did have this before, and it didn't really blow me away, I have to say. But it was over a year ago, and I've been through a right journey on my beer year, should I say, because we're a year old now. I can tell by the belly and the lack of air. That's what beer does to you. It's not good for you at all, but it feels good in the brain and in the taste buds. Right, so we jigged it around a bit. It looks like a good quality craft beer actually. It's hazy. We've got some floaters in there. It's sedimenty, so it's a can conditioned beer. I'm actually quite excited for this. Right, shall we give it a whiff, see what we can sniff? I can smell cornflakes. I can smell the corn. Smell a tiny little bit of hoppy, maybe bitterness. But I can definitely smell the cornflakes in there. It's putting a smile on my face. Yeah, I can smell the cornflakes. I can smell almost like a bit of milk on top of the cornflakes as well, which is a bit weird. And I can smell maybe a little bit of lemony limey. Lemony limey, maybe a tad little bit of grapefruit, but more lemon lime. So maybe it's a bowl of cornflakes with lemon and lime juice on instead of milk. Who knows? Does smell like breakfast cereal though. Should have this first thing in the morning, shouldn't I? I'm not, I'm having it at 3:30 in the afternoon. Right, bottoms up down the hatch, cheers. Tastes better than I remember. I quite like the Rice Krispie one though, to be fair as well. Definitely you're getting that corn aspect in it. The mouthfeel, it's not as soft as a pineapple pale ale, not by far. It's a bit watery in the body. Got a bit of fizz as it goes through your mouth. The carbonation, a bit more carbonation there. You're definitely getting the flavour of the corn. That's running down the middle of the tongue, and then down the sides, like I say, that lemony limey, maybe a tiny, tiny touch of grapefruit, but it's more lemon and lime aspect to it. But it makes it refreshing. It's quite a refreshing beer. I don't know if I'd have it for breakfast, like, but oh, it's definitely coming out more corny now. It does smell like cornflakes, I have to say. Right, bit of laser vision. Jig, 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 jig. I might go and get a can of this from Asda. Maybe I should have saved it and done it side by side. Oh yeah, it's really corny now. Oh, the lemon and lime smells disappeared totally. The lacing on it's lovely. It's really hazy. I can't believe how hazy it is and there's sediment in it. Don't remember the last one being that. Is that because I've ordered it from the brewery rather than from the supermarket? Even though I'm sure it's a little bit cheaper. Weird. The cornflake aspect hits you, like I say, down the middle of the tongue, but you're definitely getting like a lemony, limey profile, citrus profile down the side of the tongue. It's better than I remember it. But then again, I've tasted that many beers that Maybe my taste buds have changed a bit, or do I think that this is that and that's this? Don't know. It's good though. I like it. Right, Throw Away IPA. I don't think it's a great name for a beer. It sounds like you're going to chuck it in the bin. So it says a hoppy IPA brewed using upcycled Kellogg's cornflakes, provided via their sustainability program. This beer has plenty of residual sweetness, dry hopped for a fuller flavoured IPA. Seven brothers brewing beer. That's right, each of us look at things a little differently, but one thing we agree on is brewing great tasting beer, and it's Seven Brothers Brewing. sevenbrothers.com, and of course the 7 is the T in brothers, as you can see, so you spell it like that if you want to look on the website. £3 in Asda, that is. I'm probably gonna, next time I'm in my Asda, I'm mow like hell. The only thing that my local Asda is good for is they have in the 330ml packs, they have a pretty okay choice. It's not in the main section, but it's around the corner, like on the end aisle. But they have like a couple of shelves of 4 packs of 330ml, and it's 2 for £9. So I've had North Sputnik from there. I've had you can get Life and Death from Vocation. You can get Divide and Conquer from Vocation. You can get the Camden Pale and the Camden IPA. They've got a good sort of couple of shelves at the end of the aisle of these multi-packs, but the 440ml cans are a no-go. Apart from this one, and Brewdog, and you know, if you like Brewdog. Better than I remember. In fact, quite a bit better than I remember. I like that. I've had an interesting afternoon actually. So I started off with the Northern Monk Jobby, that was more a sour beer, and then I've had the 2 Seven Brothers, and it's been a fruity affair. Excuse me, but it's been good. Right, waiting for this beer. I know I'll go on Asda and get some more of that, so 2 thumbs up. I hope it's as good from Asda as this is. This really surprised me, because the first one I had was a bit... Maybe I built up to it wrong. I do think that what you drink before can affect what you're then drinking next, so who knows. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'm waffling. 2 thumbs up from me. It's a cracking beer. It's not bad. I don't think it's bad at all, and it's great for sustainability. Like, share, subscribe to this channel, and we'll see you again for another beer review in the future. Ciao for now, people. Ta-ra.